jump right into it. There are three things that are going to happen when Christ returns. First, the resurrection of the dead. Secondly, judgment. Both the just and the unjust, the wheat and the tares, both will be judged. And then thirdly, a renewal of the world. The world will become the eternal home of righteousness. So, again, three things will happen when Christ returns. He will raise the dead, he will judge the world, he will make all things new. And there are two ages that we see in the New Testament. When we read about this age in the New Testament, it's always temporal, things that will perish. And then we have the age to come. The age to come in the New Testament is always eternal. So what we do not see in the New Testament is that we currently live in a fallen world, and the fallen world is followed by a semi-consummation of 1,000-year reign. And that will be followed by a judgment, and the judgment will be followed by an eternal state. We do not see that in the New Testament. Josh Howard does a tremendous job of discussing the overlap of these two ages. With this age, Paul tells us this age is evil. The god of this age is Satan. And again, the age to come references the eternal age. And the return of Christ brings about the eternal age, not to establish a millennial kingdom, but as a final consummation. A new heaven and a new earth will be established. A bodily return of Christ does usher in a final consummation. Now, the criticism for amillennialism usually stems from Revelation chapter 20. Amillennialism is not the perspective that there's no millennium. Amillennialism says that we are in the millennium, and Revelation 20 is a scene that occurs among the thrones. Throughout the book of Revelation, the thrones are always in heaven. Revelation is a book of visions. There are 7 major visions, and Revelation 20 is the last of those. So John is seeing human history from the perspective of final judgment. In Luke chapter 10, we read where Jesus sent out disciples 2 by 2. And they return, and Jesus says, I watched Satan fall from heaven like lightning. Revelation 20 speaks of Satan being bound. He is not bound in a future millennium. He is bound now by the preaching of the gospel. According to Revelation 20, this is occurring so that he cannot deceive the nations. The New Testament does refer to Satan as a lion looking for whom he can devour. But Revelation 20 does not say that Satan isn't going to attempt to stop the gospel, but he will not achieve his goal. Satan cannot stop the gospel. Revelation 20 is also about martyrs. If premillennialism is true, there will be martyrs in raised and resurrected bodies living on the earth among those who do not have raised and resurrected bodies. If Jesus really will reign in a literal and earthly kingdom of David, we're taken back to the shadows of the Old Testament. And those shadows were completely fulfilled in Christ. So, amillennials do believe in a millennium, but see Revelation 20 occurring now and a period of martyrdom taking place in the present age and not the age to come. Thanks for watching.